Welcome back, everybody. This is Brother Meat here. Today we're going to continue our quest to be Pathfinder Kingmaker. For those of you who've never played this game before, know that I am using mods. This is something you can download on the Nexus if you're using PC. This is the reason I'm able to make a custom-made mercenary who has undead as a classification. Someone else on your party actually is undead. Her name is Jathel, but that's someone that's given to you. Notice that these are the mods that I have listed. I'm using them all to various degrees. Turn-based combat being one of the biggest. Now this is something new that I just found out the other day thanks to a reviewer. Someone that specifically posted here and said that they are literally not only releasing this to console, which is an amazing game, and definitely you should appreciate that, but also that they're adding a patch that's going to allow turn-based combat as well. Now whether that's just for console or for the whole damn game, I don't know. From what I see, it looks like it's going to be the whole game, and that's going to be an issue for me, because if they patch this while I'm doing this playthrough, I could break something. So know that that might be something that actually crashes our playthrough. I can shut this off, of course, as you can see here, so I can use their version to see how it compares or contrasts with this version, and again, that might be of interest. Hopefully, since it is a patch, and again, sounds like you can activate turn-based or leave it as the real-time with pause, maybe I could download the patch, leave it real-time with pause, and then use this mod so I can continue using the one that I'm familiar with. But again, I'll check them both if it comes out sooner than later. With that though, let's get into it, shall we? Now I have beaten everything all the way down to the spawn of Rovagug. That's where we're at right now. Is ready to talk to the dragon, turn in our... we beat them, and hey, what the hell's with these rings that we just found that says that you're part of his buddies? And again, we're going to confront him about this, see where this goes. Now, I happen to know that this is going to be a gnarly fight, so we probably will be scum saving it and coming right back to this spot. So I'm going to do a quick save here, so that we'll, again, have an easier way to getting back to where we're at. One, I'll show you what the fight looks like, show you how the interaction goes, just so you guys actually can see what's going to happen. But I got a feeling we're going to have to come back here with our A game, which means we're going to have to bring the best team we have. This is not the best team we have. I need DPS, I need best spells, I need massive amounts of pets, and while I have some people that can do really good jobs for that, including my main three, you know, some guys are good, they're just not good here. Okay, and again, you're going to see that here in a moment. So let's do a quick save. We talk to our little dragon buddy. Notice this, I vanquished the captor and his demon servant. Sometimes I wonder which was the servant and which was the master. Well, now both of them have met their end, and what remains of their souls will find their fate in Abaddon. A rush of madness has passed, and a veil of darkness has been drawn. I managed to go further than before into the dungeon, without the risk of becoming a puppet to the forces of evil. I have returned with some powerful items. I think they will interest you. First, let's actually check those items. Go, of course, I'll help you in any way I can. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't look like he has anything. He's lying. He literally says, oh, I got all this cool new stuff. I don't see cool new stuff. In fact, I see kind of garbage. Now, maybe the other guy does, and that's something we should do. Is come over here and check this guy out real quick. But there is the option to do two things here, as you saw, as far as the Rovagug. We can literally just say, let's go kick Rovagug's ass, or we could literally confront him about the fact that it says specifically that Rovagug is your master, so to speak. A Comforter, here's Comforter. Again, we saw this one before. You actually gave this to him, I believe. Nothing else really sticks out as being amazing. More of the same kind of stuff. I mean, studded leather plus 5 is not bad, but I think we found that and actually sold that back to him. Yeah, nothing really amazing out here. No. Yeah, looks like we just got more of the same. Now, of course, we should really sell off some stuff anyway. Let's actually just do a quick... No one's ever going to use that falchion. Okay, that. Speed composite longbow plus 2, we got better. Keeping the light mace and everything else here. Armor-wise, we look good there. Look good for the stuff that we have here that we want to keep anyway. I think it's probably about time for us to go talk to this dragon about these rings we found. Now again, I believe Like I said, there's two choices here. We could literally just say, hey, send us to kick Rovagug's ass, and he would do so. So this fight could be a lot easier, in my mind, if we did that. But what happens if we actually tell him that, hey, I found something that makes me doubt your sincerity? You see anxiety in the dragon's pearly eyes. You have the right to doubt, but be assured that my intentions are pure. I hide nothing from you. Tell me what you found, and I will clear away your doubts. Look at these rings. The captor thought that you served the spawn of Rovagug, just like his pet demon served him. I recognize this sharp mind and his peculiar wit. This joke has an explanation, and I shall give it to you. The heroes who went down into the dungeon to defeat the spawn have all died, and it fed upon their pain. In the same way the captor nourished the demon, by serving him his own soul, he wishes on me the same fate, just as he wrote on these rings that I should go down to fight the spawn, only to vanish and become its food. Look again at the testaments of those you sent to die. They all blame you. Enough excuses. Who are you lying to, me or yourself? The dragon gives you a long, heavy look. For a moment it seems he will open his maw and breathe death upon you. But instead he casts his eyes down. I admit, I've doubted my mission for a long time, but I try not to think about it. I was sent here by the maker of all. And that, of course, again, if you talk to him, is Apsu, the Waybringer. Basically the biggest dragon. No, I must not doubt. I must be strong in my faith. Father, I do not sit here in vain, do I? I am fulfilling your will, am I not? I beg you, send me a sign. The dragon's eyes search the sky. His words sound like thunder and pound on the rocks and fade into a depressing silence. Father, have you truly abandoned me? Have I fallen? In all these years, all the heroes I summon here. No, it can't be true. The dragon's pearly eyes are covered with a dark glaze. Father, I will prove my loyalty to you. Look at me, O great Father. My vigil ends today. I will destroy the spawn of evil myself, here and now, once and for all. And you may think, hey, awesome, he's going to come and help us, right? With a mad scream that shakens the rocks, the dragon flies into the depths of the dungeon. And he poof disappears. And then they send us there. And you'd be like, cool, he's here. He's going to help. Yeah, no. He's going to join him and screw us completely, because now we have to fight both of them. I don't know if we go and fight Rovagug first, come back, and then we can fight the dragon. That could be a thing. I do not know this. I do know that there are going to be both of them, spawn of Rovagug here and the dragon over there. He gives a little speech and basically screws us completely. Since we're clearly wounded, I'm going to make sure that we're all topped off. She has a afflict. There we go. I'll shut that off. Let's get everybody buffed up. And this is what I say about bringing my A game. I will literally go tits out here like balls to the wall to make sure that these characters are awesome for this one. Which means I will even go through and check to make sure I have all their spells listed that I could possibly use for protection and whatnot. But we are going to lose. Be very clear here. This is not going to be a fight that we're going to win at level 16. Even with me being 17 and a couple other people maybe even being 17, we are still going to lose and lose horribly. The only way that I know of beating him successfully is going to be a couple of tricks. Let me buff up here and I'll tell you what those tricks are.
I stand ready.
First off, I want to make sure that everybody in the front ranks are fully protected. Notice I still have my magical investment on. I don't have one on her though. I'll happily do so. We do have issues with damage coming our way. I want to say electric because we're going to summon pets that cast electric damage. I'm going to put Death Ward on the front three of us. I'm basically putting all the long duration buffs on for those of you wondering what's going on here. Because there are other buffs to put on, but they only last like a round per caster level. And I don't want to have to deal with that mess just yet. Get your dark skin on, bro. Move faster. Protecting with that. Have that. Okay, that extra spell to buff them up. Now, just to make sure that I'm not missing out on anything here. Yeah. In stride. This is the Sense of Vitals, which is a buff for his damage. Go there and there. Okay. This is Communion Stride. Poses stealth and have concealment for creatures more than 5 feet away. Now that could come in handy for him. Basically blur, but only from range.
I'm listening.
Tristan, I'm going to save the remove fear for now. Because I think we can... Oh, you know, screw that. Let's do that now. There are some spells that you can cast preemptively like that, and there's others that you can cast both preemptively and after you get affected. You can, oh, let me take that off you. So, for example, if you've been feared or you've been confused or you've been sickened or whatever, there's a spell, for example, that might be able to not only protect you from that ahead of time, but if you fail the check, you can recast the spell or cast the spell the first time and temporarily suppress the effects. That's what I'm basically talking about there. That's a good way to make sure that your character is protected. All your characters are protected. Notice that I am not only buffing up here, he has his buff here, but I'm buffing up with stuff that I probably normally wouldn't do. Why? Because while we're immune to poison, remember this bad guy is a main bad guy, and he's going to, more likely than not, cast a spell magic or some sort of effect that's going to strip our spells off us. So the more buffs that we have on us, the more likely that it's a buff that I could give a rat's ass about. Oh, he take away our delay poison communal, so I'm immune to poison. You know, that's what this little icon right here is telling you. The downside is, you notice that here we're supposed to be immune to compulsions, and we get screwed with a spell that I'm fairly certain is a compulsion here. I will, of course, use our, what do we got here? Freedom of movement. Definitely on my main. Just making sure I don't have it already on me. Okay, and we're going to put the other one over here on Tristan. We can't have him falling. I will resummon that spell so that I can cast it again on someone else. Like our awesome DPS sneak attacker. And this might be a reason, in my opinion, for my combat tactic I was telling you about. We can either have massive buffs on ourselves, hoping that that protects us, while we DPS the shit out of this guy. We could have multiple pets out, so that it distracts the bad guy, and it gives, again, more attacks in the combat round. Remember, damage is part of your goal here. If you can literally do enough damage in the first couple combat rounds, you'll probably win. Do not assume that this fight will be one that you can just draw out forever and just wear him down. No, this bastard heals like crazy. He has massive attacks. He summons pets of his own. They do retarded damage. Eventually he'll confuse you and your team, and you just cannot cope with that much crap falling your way. So it's all about surge damage. That's how you want to take this son of a bitch down. DPS, because of just solid attacks. Think of like your disintegrate spells, your hellfire ray, stuff that's going to hit, because this guy's armor's high, as you'll see, as well as his saves. So stuff that's going to hit and just do damage, period. And if you can, throw in some freaking sneak attacks in there. Now, it's not likely that it'll work. He has, I think, True Seeing, which I think you can dispel, but I haven't tested that. Someone said online that you can. But again, the whole goal is literally surround the son of a bitch and do your best to literally just burn him down the first couple of rounds. And he regenerates very quickly each round. That's the other reason that you want to surge a lot of damage, not just a gradual, oh, well, just throw acid fog on him and tick for 2 to 12 damage. That ain't going to be a drop in the bucket. He's going to out-heal that every time, and it's going to impede your ability to damage him too, because now you can't go to that side of him and flank him from different angles. This guy's huge. He's the size of a goddamn bus. So you can literally spread your entire team and pets around the bastard, damn near in a freaking semicircle, and just have a spot for everyone to wail on him. That's a thing. That is definitely a thing that could happen. I'm going to make sure to buff up here with Death Ward. The downside for me here is a couple things. One, I don't think there's a way to protect from confusion permanently anymore, and that's a bummer. I also want to try to use Holy Bombs, I think. What I mean by that is I don't think there's a spell that makes you immune to confusion. If there is, please tell me so, because it would trivialize this fight. Because halfway through the third combat round, I literally lost like 4 of my 6 teammates to confusion. That's how bad it was, and that's just not cool. Now, the ability to hit him, of course, is primo. But having said that, we have ways to do that anyway. So I'm not particularly worried about... see, she's got it. She does not. Does he? No, we have it on him too. He does good damage. What was I just talking about? And I just lost my train of thought. Now, I'm sure it was important. Probably trivialize this fight. Oh, hitting him. There we go. I'm sure that hitting him is going to be extremely difficult for those that are not touch attackers. Bombs are touch attacks. So are many of your race, or all of your race spells, of course. Ekken's going to have some difficulty. Not surprising. But it's what it is. Having said that, part of the problem for me, I'm going to actually throw a fire buff on it. Part of the problem for me hitting is not, we're not good enough. I mean, we have a solid attack bonus in many cases. This dude's armor, though, is, as you'll see, freaking retarded. So what we're going to do is make sure that everyone has heroism on themselves thanks to Jubilos, okay? So remember, he has the ability to make any potion equal to his caster level. She does not have one, so here you go, kid. She doesn't have one, so here you go. Ekin has one, so then the last two go for you two. Okay, now, quick save this. Okay, we have a solid swing now. Everybody should have a +2 morale bonus at least to their swing, thanks to heroism on them from a spell or from a potion. We want to make sure that they have multiple attacks, if that's their thing. In this case, this is her best combo, right? Yeah, first is the Keen and the Edict. I'm debating if I want to swap these weapons out to here. Let's do that. Because the ability to penalize their will score could be extremely helpful. I don't know that that's going to be anything that matters, really. But on this, is there any other potions that I'd like Jubilos to make us drink? Acid oil, that could add extra damage to an attack for a weapon for several minutes at a time. Let's actually equip that with somebody. Go like that. His fire, no. Bark skin, it's not really going to matter. I mean, I know I say that mostly because we're really going to get our ass handed to us here. Having another 1 to my armor class is not going to suddenly make me amazing. But here's someone who doesn't have any, so I'm happy to put it on her. So let's get Jubilos to take a bark skin at least for her. What about him? He's got bark skin cast on himself, right? Yeah, he does. How about you, Tristan? He's got natural armor 3 from his necklace. That's good enough in my opinion. And you cast it on yourself already, right? Yes. So we just need it for her. So let's do that.
My skills are getting rusty.
There you go. Now, who would get the extra acid damage? She gets the most attacks with her melee attacks, assuming that's what we're going to do with her for sneak attack damage. Remember, if she can choppy like crazy, she could surge a shit ton of damage on the character. And that's not the worst idea ever. But I know that my character is really good at hitting things. So giving him the ability to just straight up be awesome with his weapon and do retarded damage for long periods of time, that 1d6 is going to last him for many, many minutes thanks to Jubilos' ability to make potions awesome.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
What else we got? Blur. I don't really need that. I got it on just about everybody anyway. He's got his own version of Blur. I do have, of course, Bear's Endurance. Never hurts to have more endurance. Does anyone else need that? Nope. She's good for everything there. She could use extra strength, but that doesn't much matter because she's using her dex for damage by and large. He's good. Tristan could use more strength, but again, he's not hitting with his staff so much as he's going to be summoning pets and buffing the team and keeping us alive. Okay, what else you got, Juby? Displacements, again, remember double duration from Jubilost, so having this on the whole damn team is not the worst idea ever. So let's do that. Okay, we need 2 more. And you all thought I was hoarding. You goddamn right I was. There was a reason for it. And this is, like I said, we're doing our best here to prove to you that we can't do it. This is really that bad of a fight, guys. So that's displacement up on the whole damn team. That's a 50% chance for them to straight up miss us. Now remember, there's auto hit moves and AoE effects that are just, it's going to hit you, period. That's going to be a thing. Nothing we can do about it. I should switch Jubilost over to Myth Slayer because this thing is goddamn huge. It'll do extra damage to him. And while there's a penalty to our attack rolls, again, I buffed that up and I feel pretty good about the type of buff that we have. There's just not anything I can do about it. We get more attacks if we go with the javelins for his bombs, as weird as that sounds, because he's 2-weapon fighting at that point. I can do greater invis. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that on her. Remember, displacement's not the same thing.
What's new?
As greater invis. Actually, greater invis is better.
Let's strike from the
And it'll last her for double the duration. So it's not remotely a, like a 2-minute or thing like it should be. It literally is infinitely better because of Jubilost. Anything else in here? Heroism, no. Mage armor, we got all that shit. I got protection spells. Protection from arrows never works. Protection from chaos, I don't think that's going to do us a damn bit of good. Almost everybody's got resistance of some kind from cloaks and such. So resistance bonuses to your saves because you're fighting against something that's chaotic or evil or whatever the hell choice it is not really going to help you. From fire, protection from good. Law. Okay, reduce person. Now this is okay. Remember, that gives him extra armor and extra dex, better chance for him to hit. And again, he's teeny tiny now, so he's even easier for him to wail on something ginormously huge. So that's a good buff for him. I could do enlarge person, I suppose, on her or Ekin, so their bows and their weapons do more damage, but that's, again, a drop in the bucket. Resistances, lesser resto, shield of dawn. I don't think they actually hit us, though. And again, I could have done Shield of Faith on everybody this way. I will put one on puppers, I suppose, just for completion's sake. There you go, boom. Just so you can not be quite the loser. And literally, this is it. Not counting, of course, summoning pets and what have you. This is about the best I have. So first, let's go out without pets. We'll do this a couple different ways. We'll go out without pets just so you can see what happens. Literally, you take the tiniest step, and this is the cutscene. This is what you're dealing with here, guys. This was the whole reason for coming down here. This ugly-ass fucktard. Holy shit, is that thing creepy looking. It's a lobster slash head slash mouth slash eyes slash tentacles. This thing is disgusting. It's got a freaking mouth on its ass. Twice. It's got mouths along the sides of its body. Of course, here comes the dragon. You have no power over me. I will destroy you now. Aspezu, Father, do not abandon me. Now we roll. When I did this the other day, because I did test this already, I was like, oh, this is going to be amazing. We're going to have him to help us out. And then this cutscene here happened, and I'm like, well, balls. Rovagug Master, hungry. And now he's on his side. And it's easy enough to kill him. It really is. Notice we haven't started anything yet, so you can actually look at some stuff here. He has Bless on permanent, Freedom of Movement permanent, Unholy Aura, Power Attack on. He's a level 27 Dragon, level 1 Cleric, Lawful Evil now, at least. Probably wasn't before. He's freaking huge. His strength is high, his con is high, he has a high intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Basically, the only thing that's a problem is his dexterity. He has a ton of hit points. Decent armor, except for touch. and decent saves except for reflex, and even that's not bad. He has spell resistance, and he has spell resistance against good, people that are good characters. He has even more spell resistance against us. He has damage reduction unless it's a magic weapon, which of course that's not a problem. We'll damage the shit out in that way. He's immune to acid and cold, mind-affecting stuff, combat maneuver, grapple, which I never use that anyway. Can't be slept, paralyzed, entangled, difficult terrain. So basically your web spells and your grease spells aren't doing shit to this guy. Slowed, staggered, or immobilized. He has a vulnerability to fire, and that's a saving grace for you right there. He has a retarded amount of damage he does with his bite and claw attacks. As you can see, again, if we just set our pets to him and let the pets just do their thing, that's fine. But he literally is just an all-around jackass. Just a retarded amount of damage this guy's going to do if we don't do something about it. And the fact that he has channel energy means he's probably healing this son of a bitch in combat. Now let's look at him, Spawn of Rolagug, which we barely know anything about. Same deal. True Seeing, fast healing, 20, literally retarded amount of healing every combat round. Freedom of movement, power attack again. He's a 23 aberration, duh. Chaotic evil, in case you're curious. He's gargantuan in size. Massive initiative bonus, huge strength, massive dex, huge con. He's not very bright, but that doesn't matter. His wisdom and charisma are through the goddamn roof. Massive XP if we kill him. And look at that number of hit points there. I mean, this guy had like 300 and something. This dude is 5 times the amount of hit points the other guy has. He has massive armor. Flat-footed, he's not the best. So you can catch him unawares, so to speak, especially on this first combat round. And then, of course, your touch armor class, which is why your ray spells are going to be amazing for hitting this son of a bitch. And that's about it. He's resistant to all elemental damage types by 20. That's including your fire damage. So when you hit him with ray spells, don't hit him with the scorching rays that do 4d6 of damage, because that's 24 best case scenario. He's only going to get hit with 4 of that. Now, again, if you have sneak attack and that works, well, that's a different story. Because remember, sneak attack die is a separately calculated thing, and you can hit for enough to break through that 20 easy. And you get multiple rays, so that's solid. But I would do Hellfire Ray, Hellfire Ray, Hellfire Ray, and love it, because that's 15d6 of damage. I would do Disintegrate, which isn't even on this category. I would do, well, that's probably about the only ray spells I can think. Well, I guess Umbral Strike is in there, and it's cold, but half cold and half the other. And that's 20d6 of damage. So again, you could penetrate this and still make it work. But look at all the stuff he's immune to. Fear, Mind Affecting, Compulsion, Poison, Charm, Polymorph, Petrified. So don't try putting Poison Cloud on him or anything like that. Supposedly he's immune to that shit. Again, Grapple, which who cares. Baleful, Polymorph, so some specific spells. Frightened, Paralyzed, Petrified, Sleep Prone, Entangled, Difficult Terrain, Slowed, Staggered, or Immobilized. That's a shit ton of stuff. We don't even know what his offenses are and his abilities are, so I'm just going to assume he's going to hit hard. Now, he has a shit ton of spell-like abilities or spells that he casts. I have no idea what this is supposed to mean. Basically, yeah, I'm going to eat your face off. So, the best way I can handle this is, like I said, we'll do it 2 different ways. Quick save here, and we'll rush in
We'll do it.
and just straight up attack this bastard. Show what we can do here. Here's Dora. I buffed up my weapon already ahead of time. It's time for me to charge in and do some stuff. Total whiff. First, take a look at that swing. Flat-footed, I needed a 10, and that's flat-footed. When he actually is paying attention, it gets a lot worse. So again, right now I can only hit him on a 10, and that's on the first combat round. Here is Eliza. Remember, she has these cool abilities here. These are complete garbage. Nothing here does more than 20 points of damage. So she's never going to be able to damage him with any of these because he's immune to that damage, right? Or at least resistant up to level 20. However, she does have this. She can't reach it with it though. Of course not. What about this? This could work. Okay, so we managed to hit Zellerin with it. Vulnerable to fire, so it took extra damage. And Divine, of course, went through like normal. That was okay. Notice fails to overcome the spell resistance of this bastard, who has a 34 spell resistance. And we're level 16, 15, 17 around there for our team. So literally that's your modifier, right? Unless you have like spell pen or your elf, like she is, you know, which you get higher. Or you have gear that gets your spell resistance, or your spell penetration, excuse me, up higher, which is unlikely. You're probably not going to be penetrating his spell resistance very easily, is my point. So a lot of your spells, unless they're no spell resistance spells, you're probably not going to want to use them. You see the problem that you're going to have here? Jubilost, on the other hand, he can have fun because he gets to throw bombs. But now the downside is so far away, he can't throw them until next turn. Now the good news is that actually does help us out. I'll give you another, for instance. Tristan, what's your 5-foot stair step over here? Let's throw a fireball spell. And we'll try to take him out too. So while we're not doing anything to this doofus, because he only did 19, and he's taking apparently half damage somehow. I don't know what that's about. Even the fire that he's, well, he's not sensitive to. He's taking half damage, and then he gets to reduce the damage beyond that. That strip sucks. Zellerman, though, got hit again. And, pause me just to show you. We've barely dinged this bastard, and he's the weak one. Just saying. So, we're not doing well. And your turn, Tristan. It can die his turn. He can't reach them with his bow. So we're going to have him move into position, say over here. That's good enough. Proto. Alright, do you have anything that can reach these bastards? Sort of. Remember, this is going to be perpendicular to the line, from her to where I click it, and then left and right, 90-degree angle. So I don't want to catch my character in it. Just do it like there. And it's not going to do shit to this guy. But it will actually hurt Zellerman. It'll probably take some time or so to affect them. Akbo. You're going to come over here, bro. And notice there's dead guys already in the battlefield area that you can literally pick up loot from. So that is the thing. You have to enable that, of course, in your options setting to let you loot the bodies during combat. Alright, so now we're ready to fight. Here's Dora. Might as well try a vampiric touch while I'm attacking. That was a whole lot of nothing, buddy. And you see why. Even with him flat-footed, I still need a 14 hit this son of a bitch. Eliza's turn. I'll show you another spell from her. Bone Shaker, for instance. And again, failed to overcome it. She needs a 17 or higher. It's like a 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a 20% chance that you'll even impact him with a spell. Jubilost. Now the good news with him is he can throw bombs, and this thing is evil. I think these actually work okay. Assuming they hit him. Got a little sneak attack in there. Very nice, man. Very nice. He did work. But again, he did work. And then this thing's going to regenerate. So just keep an eye on where that health was at for when the next guy comes around. Here's Tristan. I could do stuff like Cold Ice Strike. This guy's immune to cold, and this guy, well, not immune to it. He's going to resist a lot of that. I could summon a huge elemental, but he already moved, so that takes his turn up. I can use the Flame Strike. I do want to show you this, though. I want you to see his overcome spell resistance. For some reason, he's at a 20, and I'm not real sure what that's about. So he must have something that's buffing him beyond his natural means. I don't know what that is. He's at a 20 when he's 16, which means he has either Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen or something the equivalent of. Maybe it's his robes. Nope. Ain't that, ain't those. It's nothing to do with them. Nope, ain't anything there. What about... Nope, nothing there. So again, I have no idea why. He must have... I must have, for whatever reason, gave him Spell Pen and Greater Spell Pen. Somehow. I don't see it, though. Anyone? Anybody at all? There could be some innate ability he has for fighting aberrations, for all I know. But again, he's higher than he should be, is my point. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. I'm just saying that it's definitely a thing. Now, Deacon, 5-foot stutter step. Can you shoot these guys? Let's start with the dragon.
You dead.
And remember, this was his weak target. 50 armor class, flat-footed for this son of a bitch. He then hit him once. Notice the massive dispel. Oh, Master, thank you for the precious gift of madness. And notice all the crap that he just basically did to us. Okay, so we got to really backpedal here quite a bit to show what he just did. We attacked him here. That's Ekendayo, and this is what Rovagig did. We have a will. First, he healed for 20 hit points. Okay, so we saw that, right? Zilliman, so Dora will saved against a DC check of 33. Straight up failed that shit. And again, I have a decent will save in my opinion. It's not a maze balls, but it's a solid will save. That's 18. That's all it was. And I needed a, what, 15 or higher to pass that shit. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, that's 6 times 5. 30% chance that I would have made that check. That's it. And Jellaren basically hit us with that. He uses the ability to spell magic. He did no damage, at least. I'm immune. I don't know how I did that. Oh, that must be my Death Ward spell, or whatever the hell it's called. That might be the reason I'm immune. That's cool. Will saving, so Eliza made her check, but her will's way better than mine, because again, she's a wisdom-based caster. So she crushed it. She only needed a 3 or better. So again, that's awesome. So bring high wisdom people for this part. But notice what happens here. Proto-Lich fails. She's doing good, but she still needed a really high check. Dispelled magic on that person. Tristan fails, and he's a wisdom-based guy himself, and he straight up sucked it with a nat 1. Good job, Tristan. And deal no damage, but thank God for that. Jubilost, he failed. He does not have a high wisdom, though, so it's not surprising. He needs a natural 20 to pass. Dispelled magic on him. Ekendayo, he failed, and he's not a wisdom person per se, but he's a ranger. Screwed that up. What do we got else here? Dispelled magic. Oakbow failed. Not surprising, he has a pet. On this one, we didn't protect him. So this is how much damage you can look forward to if you don't have something that protects you from negative damage. That's a decent clip, 5d6 every time he does that little attack. And look at this. He healed for double. So that might be another way to prevent him then from healing each combat round. If he damages you with that effect, he apparently sucks in your life force and doubles the buff. He dispelled Blur from Dora, Angel Wings from Eliza, Heroism from Proto-Lich, fails to dispel Remove Fear from Tristan, thank God, fails to dispel See Invisible Communal from Tristan, Communal Stone Skin, failed to get rid of that, dispels Blur though from Tristan, so again, he still has buffs, but he lost a lot of shit there. Dispels Expeditious Retreat from Jubilost, who cares? Resist Fire Communal, dispels that from Ekendayo. We're not really being attacked by fire, but again, that's one of the reasons I slapped that buff out there. Shield of Faith, dispelled that from Oakbow, so Oakbow's easier to hit. And then another will save, and again, I don't know what this second one's about, but we have a failure, a success, a success, a success, a fail, fail, fail. So we got 4 people that failed it, including my main character. This may be the one where we're suddenly confused. Let's take a look. Nope, we're raging. And remember, if you're raging, you do not get to cast spells. So if anyone's got a rage on, there's no spell casting for that person. Now, for some people, we're already just straight up just going to be damaging him anyway, who gives a rat's ass. But it's not the point. It straight up sucks when they do shit like this. This was literally his first combat round of just screwing us over. And it's going to get worse from here. So now here's Proto-Lich's turn. Where are you at, kiddo? 5-foot stutter step that away. Now you are within range. Him. Not yet. Just a stone's throw away. I can use acidic spray, but he's immune to acid. This guy is not, but other people are in the way. Use grease. I can use glitter dust. Now glitter dust is not the worst idea ever, because remember, it does have a no spell resistance component. Now whether these guys can be blinded, let's find out. He made his save. I don't think he did. Nope, he did too. Damn it. But at least they don't have to worry about whether they'll ever go invisible on us. So that part's done. There's Oakbow. Just have him come around the side and bite him in the ass. And again, unlikely that he's going to hit, but it does set up flanking, so we do get at least a bonus to our swing. This is why having pets out is extremely valuable. Hey, buddy, thanks for all that cold damage, you dickhead. Wow. Just, well, I'm vulnerable to cold, too. Oh, my God, look at that 22 damage.
This will hurt.
Just whiffing all over the place, man, and I got a solid swing. I'm just saying, now he's prepared. See what I'm saying? He's prepared. I literally can only hit him on an 18, 19, or 20 right now. And I'm one of the best teammate fighters we got right now for attack bonus. I think there might be one other person in here that's close to this. So again, unless it's a race spell or like your bombs, you're not hitting this son of a bitch. Here's Eliza. I think I'd rather have her attack this goddamn dragon. And again, still a drop in the goddamn bucket. Jubilas, yeah, and he's possessed. So he literally is confused right now. Where is it? I haven't seen it on him, though. Usually it has a marker that lets you know he's confused. These are all his buffs. I don't see how he attacked me. Immunity compulsions. And again, that's the other thing that bugs me. We have immunity compulsions, so it's not doing shit. So again, unless someone knows a way to make yourself immune to confusion, I don't see it. And we just got screwed out of a lot of damage right there, because Jubilas, while I'm not looking to him to save us for, or to not hurt us with his attacks, I don't give a shit about his little javelin attacks, really. All that I do care about is the fact that he could have done bomb damage to this bastard. Remember, he was healing. And again, look at that health. He was down a bit, not a lot, but a bit more than this. He's healed up twice now already in one combat round. So that's part of our problem. I'm damaged and I need to get health. So the only way to really do this is to move up here and get Tristan to AoE heal us. Of course, something that will benefit you when we do this proper, we'll make sure he has heal spells in his repertoire. So like massive heals for individuals and mass heal so that we can AoE heal. Be careful with that because you don't want to heal the bad guys with those. You can with AoE heals, so be careful. It's not the same as his selective channeling for this positive energy, where he only heals us. But that did a little bit to keep me from, face planting at least on the very next hits. Ekin is getting crowded by the dragon. And again, just completely ineffectual for shooting him. And he's got a solid attack bonus too. See what I'm saying? He's doing fine, and he's still not able to hit this son of a bitch. So I just don't see how we're going to beat him. Now here's another massive attack for everybody, and I'm damn near dead. And the spawn regenerated 72 on that shit. Oh no, he damaged 72. Sorry, he healed 42 again. So again, Oakbow got screwed over. So you really want to go in, apparently, with everyone being protected from negative energy to keep him from double healing off that shit, because 21 goes to 42. So there's a big caveat there. And again, I believe it's this Death Ward. Magical effects, death spells, immune to energy drain, any negative energy effects, including channel negative energy. Yeah, that's got to be what that is then. So the pet, Oakbow, if he comes with us, next time we just need to make sure that he gets a Death Ward on him. And again, we have to hope that the Death Wards don't get dispelled, because this bastard's dispelling shit left and right. So we got See Invisible gone, Bear's Endurance gone, Resist Fire's gone, Heroism's gone. So again, you see we're getting constantly screwed over by this doofus. Let's have her step up here. Can you hit yet with a goddamn nope? Alright, so then you're shooting this bastard in the face. And that was solid damage. And he's still only at half. You see what I'm saying? So this is not going to be one of those fights that we're going to win. Not this way. Now without a lot of prep time. Again, I'll show you with pets. It's a little bit better with pets. I was able to kill the dragon last time with all the pets out. Right in the very first surprise round. And I'm like, well, I guess that's a thing. Now I have never tried to dispel magic on this doofus. Notice I'm raging now. So I can't cast spells at all. So I'm basically just completely and best shot I got is just to straight up hurt the guy. And again, I managed to hit him. I hit him more yesterday, by the way. Notice that he succeeded at his will save, my bogeyman's robes, not surprising, with a freaking 26. Now again, there's always the chance that he will fail. There's a nat 1 crit failure, so there's always the chance. That's only a 5% chance that he'll fail that. I failed to overcome his spell resistance. That had to be because of my vampiric touch, which was in my weapon, because I'd yet to hit him yet with it. So I got a crit miss. That's always helpful. I'm at a penalty to my swing. Why a penalty to my swing? Oh, because it was not the first swing. Duh. So 29 is my best chance here right now. And again, part of that's because I only have attack bonus of 12. Again, I could cast Transformation on myself. Honestly, I really should. I should be buffed to the 9s, not relying on spells at all, because I'm not going to hit him without some really help, with like raise spells, for instance. I'm not going to hit him. So I might as well just go balls to the wall, fighter mode on his ass. So if I had Transformation as the last spell I cast on myself, or God forbid, Jubilos cast it on me, then I can run in with a BAB of 20. So think about how this would be if it was 8 higher. Okay, I'm sure I could get this a little higher than that too, but let's just go with that one spell. I could be 8 higher here at level 20. I could be at a 20 here for BAB. 8 higher and put this at a 37. I'd still only hit on a 10 or higher. That's almost 50% of the time. It's like 55% of the time I'd hit him. And that's it. And again, I don't do that much damage. When I do hit, I only hit him for 22. And I'm using the Bane weapon upgrade. So this is literally the one where it is the best case scenario for me hitting this son of a bitch, right? Because he's considered a Bane opponent. See the force damage in there? I did 10 force damage. He reduced that to 0. That shouldn't even be a thing. That should always go through as far as I knew. So we're getting screwed there. He's having my damage from slashing, having the damage from the negative damage, which is from the necrotic part of my weapon. And there's just nothing I can do damage-wise with that weapon. Now again, if I hit him multiple times in the face, back to back to back, because I have a better swing, let's just assume I could do that. Okay, let's look at our character. I have 4 attacks right now. Let's assume everything's the same. I cast that one spell on me. My BAB becomes higher, and of course I'm level 20 instead of 17. I would get an extra attack, so I'd get 5 attacks instead of 4. And I would have another, like I said, 8 added to all these numbers, and of course that one that's added over here. So I'd be at a 33 on this spectrum, because 8 higher. And again, 5 attacks versus that. Let's assume that out of those 5 attacks, not all are going to hit. Let's assume I can hit with like the first 3. Okay, and I'm doing the same approximate damage. That's 60 damage in a combat round I did to this bastard who had, what was it, like 1500 XP or HP? Yeah, 1500 HP. Literally, I'm not doing shit to him. Now, of course, I can do other stuff. I can be invisible. I can try to add like Sense Vitals to my character, which I have the ability to do somehow, I think. So I can cast Sense Vitals on myself and do some sneak attack damage that way with help from the teammate. But again, he has True Seeing on him. We have to try to dispel that if that's a possibility. Let's see if I can actually do that. Now the question is, how do I do that? I don't have a Dispel Magic queued up, but yeah, he's barely freaking dying over here too. That's not helping either. And apparently Jubilos is still being mind controlled. I do have this ability. Where is it? Here, Lesser Miracle. Now the question is where is the Dispelled Magic that I want? I can't remember. Is it a level 3 spell? I think it might be a level 3 spell. No, it might be a level 4. Let's try level 4. So this is where knowing where your spells are at will go a long way to help you out. So we have the ability to cast any of these spells. We have since we have turn-based combat, we can take our time here. So this is the beautiful part of this. I have Acid Pit. That's not going to do shit. He ain't going to fall in it. Cape of Wasps. No. Chains of Light. No. Cure Eagle's Soul. That's a bonus for somebody. For him. Personal buff. Restoration. No. Slowing Mud. No. Touch of Slime. Inspiring Recovery. Can't remember. Was he immune to poison and disease? That might be okay then, because Touch of Slime is poison and disease. That's 2 different effects. But being immune to poison may make him immune to the other effect. I'm not sure. So that one's not what we're looking for. Greater Angelic Aspect. Be interesting. And this one gives immunity to, oh, gives that aura of protection, so there's that. Beast Shape, Bestow Grace of the Champion. No. Crusader's Edge, Echolocation, no. Obsidian Flow, no. Spike Stones, no. Animal Growth, nope, nope. Oh, I can do Blessing of the Salamander, by the way. I can keep my teammates the ability to self-heal. It's a 5 regen every round. It's not amazing, but it may keep you off your ass. Resolve, Force Repentance, Serenity, Burst of Glory, Dominate Person, nothing in there. Bone Shatter, another Death Ward. Innervation could come in handy. There's spell resistance though on that one. But he does have a good spell check. Remember, he has like a 20 versus everybody else's. And again, I do not know why. So again, I could slap that out there, see if that hurts the bastard. That would lower his saves by 1 to 4, so there is a reason to want that. Holy Lance. Oops. Wrong category. Control Fireball, Divine Power, Holy Sword, Ice Storm, Dawn Shout. Nope, nope, nope. Not here. Freedom of Movement, Oath of Peace, Stone Skin, Break Enchantment. Now that might work on Jubilos for the problem that we have right now, so we may consider that. And that's under the blue category. Okay, Greater Invis, Fantastic Killer, that ain't gonna do shit. Rainbow Pattern ain't gonna do nothing. Of course, we have Teleport, we have our Summons, of various kinds, and we even have the various Dragon's Breath, so it wasn't in this category. So let's see if we can do the Break Enchantment on... Oopsies. Look, I just made a Thanademon by mistake. Forgot about that. Okay, so let's talk about what just happened here. This is a Thanademon. She has a cloak that is cursed. Because I did Break Enchantment, it tried to remove curse because she was in the AoE effect. I forgot about that. So she died, as you can see, and wow, Tristan dispelled all of our buffs too. Look at that shit, you dick. I got rid of Dispel, Heroism, Magical Vestment, Heroism, Bless, Magical Vestment, Bless, Bark Skin, Magical Vestment, Cursed Cloak. Fails to dispel it, that's why she died, and of course the Thanademon's here. Wow, that just went pear-shaped real fast. Okay, let's not do that again. Let's shoot at this for a change. Oh goody, the dragon's eating my face off. Spawn a Rovegut's turn. Oh look, he made other spawns. A spawn that made spawns. That's just what we need. He's made bigger ones than this before in the past too, by the way. These ones are crap. But these are parasites. Corpus parasites. And you got Bookbow doing his damnedest to try to hurt him, but he needs a 19 or 20, and he ain't doing it. I think I've proven my point. We're not beating him this way. Now again, let's show you with pets, because it is a little different with pets. Pets do help. Okay. One, they don't seem to get controlled quite as much, which is to our benefit.
We should move.
But the question is what kind of pets to bring out. Now she can bring out the Movana Diva, Bogeymans, or the Axiomites. That's the ones that do electric damage. So I'm going to summon one of these dudes. Matter of fact, let's see if we can get like a Triumvirate of these things out. No, looks like every time I summon the next one, the old ones go away. Okay, how about this then? Same guy twice. Also no. Alright, so, sorry, I'm not wasting them. I'm just testing some stuff. So, we'll just summon one, and we'll summon the Movana Diva. And the reason for that is that bastard has an AoE aura. That aura may protect us for all I know. Again, I don't know this. I have never really tested it to that degree. And I'm going to actually kick on her goddamn Bane, too. So when we're actually in combat, we're actually doing some stuff. She has pets in the form of skeletons. Might as well have them out. I'm going to have hers appear over here. He knows what he's doing. Tristan, he has pets, but he has an even bigger pet than this little fucker. This is the Summon Huge Fire Elemental. That could come in handy against said dragon.
You require my assistance? I'll try.
And again, might as well be as close as possible. That's the aura I was telling you about. You see the big circle around this doofus. So that might be something that protects us. I don't know. Here's Ekin. It's not a surprise round. It's an actual combat round. So at this point, we might as well just straight up just shoot the bastard.
I grant you death.
Again, you hit it. Very nicely done, sir. And the only reason I'm sure he hit it was because, yeah, he's flat-footed. So he only needed a 6 or better, and he only hit it a few times. But he did hit it. To his credit, he did damage, which is more than I think I did on the last combat. We did. Well, that's not true. I hit him once. But that was okay. All right, so let's do that. Ekin's done. Eliza's turn. I'm going to have her work on the dragon. Well, first let's check her spells. Is there something better? I could be giving her Righteous Might. Oh, I do have this one, of course. Might just use ones that actually are capable of hurting the two doofuses. And I managed to penetrate his spell resistance this time, so yay us. Just barely, but yeah, we'll take that shit. And again, did no damage for the fire component. Remember, he's resistant, and of course it gets cut in half. There's the divine damage. At least the divine damage went all the way through, so there is that. So if you have divine attacks, apparently that's something of benefit. Get that order up there. Protect our ass. Dora, I'm going to have you do this and charge this fool. Big hog and swing for a flat-footed opponent, and I can't even touch him. Proto, your turn. Now here's again an example of something that could be some sneak attack love. Okay. Not saying she got it set right now. I'm just saying she can do it, and as you see, she did sneak attack this time. Protolich dispels true seeing. Hey, there we go. This allows us to go invisible and do sneak attack damage that way. So that's nice. So again, apparently we can do that. I don't know how I did that. Does she have? Oh, she must have the dispel effect. What's that called? Dispelling sneak attack effect, where anytime she does sneak attack damage, she has a chance to dispel. Which I didn't think I did that for her. Take a quick gander at that. Crippling strike. No, dispelling attack right there. It says so. Oh, freaking awesome. So anytime she sneak attacks, she has a chance to dispel something off the son of a bitch. And that could be extremely beneficial in a fight. So I can see that being useful. Okay, cool, cool. While we're still here on her, let's do this trick with the Rod of the Fearless. Remember the touch attacks. It did sneak attack. But again, it didn't show any sneak attack damage. See that? It's a little weird. And for the 4 for the snowball, reduced to 0. The initial attack did nothing. It was the sneak attack that went through. And it was reduced to 4. So again, kind of crap. It did combine them though. So look at this. Okay, so the 9 and the 15 combined is 24. He has a resistance of 20 against cold. Actually against all those elements, including Sonic. So it added them first to 24 damage and then took off the 20. So that's why 4 went through. So, yeah, at least it did the sneak attack component of it. So there is that. I am kind of surprised that that did not do anything. I'm expecting it to do 66 plus whatever of sneak attack damage, and it did not do that. It's kind of a drag. Shut that off. Alright, your turn's done. Skeletons rush up, do your thing. Flank the son of a bitch at the very least. And the real test here is, can Jubilos capitalize on some extra damage for us? Because that's really what I was shooting for. That's why I had Jubilos run ahead of everybody else.
Still getting killed here.
Damn near killed me right off the bat. Good job. So clearly we need a buff for cold protection if we bring the dragon. 5-foot stutter step. Hello. Let's try this beam of cold. Failed to overcome it. And again, he still had his 20, so it's not anything specific to a type of spell. He just has a nat 20 for whatever reason. Again, he should be at 16. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's cool. Here comes our summons. 18 versus 50, he ain't hitting shit. But again, he's fodder. He's there to literally take a beating while we're distracting the other guy, hopefully. Wow, he able to bite him. Look at you with your badass bite self. 34 reduced to 19, so what is that? 15. He has a 15 damage reduction. Yeah, okay. That's this mess before I die. Alright, Juby. Dispel the holy aura. Wow. Alright, Juby lost.
Clever ploy.
43. 73. 39. 38. 52. That was okay. And again, barely a drop in the goddamn bucket. But nice job, Jubilost. And apparently Ekindio's on his side now. Straight up killing my team. Thanks, Ekin. And again, we can do this and go... Prayer overcomes the spell resistance of that guy, so now he's at least penalized, and overcame it on this guy too. Hey, get on us. Wow, that's a little different. Oh, that's the Monavonic Diva. What? Oh, no. Tell me you didn't turn the Monavonic Diva against me, you bastard. Nope, apparently not. Okay. Dora's turn. You're gonna get your ass killed, so come over here. Proto Lich. This attack did work yesterday. It did push him back even. Notice that we are damaging the guy's strength. So again, if we were to eyeball this doofus, you would actually see that his strength is probably going down. So again, this is probably his innate strength. He's probably down to 31 right now for strength. You can see permanent strength damage. I don't know if it actually updates this part of the tooltip is my point. But we have done strength damage to him. And again, as to do damage, force damage reduced heavily. If it was sneak attack damage, it would have been so much better. But we were able to hurt him at least. Okay, Tristan, we need some healing, bro. That's better. And here we die. Oh, look, he brought pets. And a shit ton of them. My good lord. How many did he summon? Was that like 7? 1, 2, 3. So at least 5. So many he can't get him out of his fat ass. Wow, man. Just screw him.
Ha! Primitives.
Again, the holy bombs are doing work, but he's the only one on the team that's been able to really damage him consistently. And again, I appreciate it. You know, he's down probably damn near a third of his health right now, thanks to Jubilost. And again, pretty happy about that. But what's his fortitude saves? A -1 thanks to our prayer that actually did go through by pure dumb luck. But he's still at freaking 27. He only will fail most of our checks based on the fact that he's literally going to crit 1, like a critical failure. And that's the only reason he's going to fail many of those spell effects. And by and large, many of the effects that we're talking about, he literally is going to be immune to anyway. So even if it says he's making the check, that doesn't mean he's not immune to it. So again, when it goes through and it says, oh, he's paralyzed, he's not paralyzed because he's immune to paralysis. So woo-hoo. And again, with him constantly turning our team against us, what do you reckon? Murderous bastard. You aren't that good of a shot. Stop doing that. Dick. But like I said, I mean, literally, there's not a whole lot we can do to make sure that he goes down with the dragon also being here. Without having, like I said, level 20s, maybe, and everybody on the party, like, maxed out for the best armor, best swing, best spells. Load up on raise spells. Load up on your protection spells. even load up on the stupid ones like you saw, because when he dispels stuff, like in that first combat round on the last time we did this, he dispelled Expeditious Retreat off of a character. Oh, ring a ding ding. I don't run very fast. Who gives a shit? I didn't want that spell to be on my character anyway. I did it because, again, I used it as a buffer. So the RNG would be hopefully on my side, and in that particular one instance, it was. So again, surge damage, lots of ray attacks or touch attacks, just in general. Sneak attacks, if you can muster them. So again, we will definitely bring her. We'll definitely bring Octavia, because she can stand at distance and ray spell. We'll buff up, probably have 2 clerics, quite frankly. Still bring Jubilost. So we'll bring Harem. And the reason that's important is because, again, we want to have someone that can attack, someone that can buff, someone that can rebuff, someone that can heal. So again, we're going to have a double cleric duty, I think. And again, they're both good with spells because, again, they have access to the same level of spells right now, which means level 7, 8. And again, we have yet to pull out the best stuff. Matter of fact, let's give that a go, see if we can survive long enough to get Tristan to pull out a decent spell to see what it might be capable of doing. Here is Eliza. Let's do another one of those fire thingies. Oh, no, the turn's already up. Hey! What just happened? Right.
You son of a gun!
Let's take a look what this spawn's capable of doing. Feels good to hit something for a change. Well, let's take a look at that swing. Even those guys got a decent armor of 29. At least they were taking damage from me finally. Here's Proto Lich. Skeletons are all up in his face. Let's hit him with a what? Here we go. Let's try a disintegrate spell. Of course, made the fortitude save. Remember, he makes fortitude saves on those to take the damage down to 5d6. At least it's divine damage, so it went through. So divine damage is your cup of tea. So again, Octavia, who could hit with that same spell, she does a really good job with it. And again, her DC check will be better than hers because remember, she specializes in transmutation spells and disintegrates a transmutation spell. But again, specializing it, what is that going to do for her? The 24 is probably going to be like a 26, maybe if we're lucky at 27 or a 28. And again, the dude's got a 27 freaking natural, so it doesn't do you any good. You're going to hit with that lame ass shit. Now, of course, if sneak attack was applicable, which it should have been, quite frankly, because he's flanked like crazy, but if sneak attack was applicable, I could have done 16 damage here, and then another 6d6 or 10d6 or whatever of sneak attack damage on top of that, that would have all went through. That could have been okay. That could have been a solid hit for some serious damage in the bastard. Instead, we got lame ass shit. Because we have the rod, I'm just going to do another one just to try to damage him. And again, it damaged him, but again, it was all absorbed. So, nothing. Kill that dragon. He pisses me off with his cold attack. I just took off like half a fucking game right there, you son of a bitch. Tristan. Okay, this was his chance. This is one reason I waited this long. To show you that, again, Tristan has spells. Here's Death Clutch. And here is Firestorm. Here is Incendiary Cloud. Let's do the Firestorm because I think it's probably the best case scenario for us. Just screw you to the bad guys. Now, what did we do, though? Spawn of Rogue we got. Succeeded in his reflex saving throw. And again, this was his worst case scenario, 18, and that's even at a penalty right now. For a 25 DC check, which is what it is. I mean, I could have maybe have had that up to like a 27 if I was lucky, but still, he would have passed the 27. And he basically took no damage. 16 D6 cut in half, 16, nothing went through for him. And that was for Robogut. For Zellerin, at least we penetrated his spell resistance barely. I mean it. And what did we do to that son of a bitch? He succeeded his reflex saving throw, so he took half damage. At least he's vulnerable to fire, so that 16d6 went through and did some actual damage for him. but again, halved it. So again, it would have been much, much better, and he's still not even at half health. The pets, these little spawns of his, are about to die, so yay us, I guess. But we wasted a turn where the cleric didn't get a chance to heal anybody, and we've already lost 2 characters to death. One, I'm dead, but apparently I don't know it. How the hell does that make sense? Interesting. Apparently I'm on like death's door or some shit. Oak bow, sure, fine with that. At least he hurt him. Good job, Oklo. And this is where people are going to die. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, he summoned even more creepy crawlies. So here's our parasites.
Dawnflower, grant me
Just need
strength.
Tristan's face off.
Oh, Sarah,
And he's dead.
see your light.
Ekin's finally back on the payroll.
Cannot hide
Get to
from
work.
me.
If he wouldn't have been screwed over, if I could find a way to cure him of the effect of confusion, basically causing him to attack our team, that's really what I'm looking for. And again, I don't think we have a spell in our list that's able to do that. Maybe there's one called Mind Blank, but we don't have access to it unless you're a wizard, and you have to be like level 8 or 9 wizard spell for that shit. And there's not only Mind Blank, but there's also AoE Mind Blank, like Mass Mind Blank, if you will. And again, none of our team currently has access to that, so that's a thing. I want to straight up kill this son of a bitch, but again, I know there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to actually hurt him. Hey, I managed to hurt him that way. Reflex saving throw, and he failed it. Finally. Wow, barely failed it too, man. So he actually took damage on that, and he'll take damage twice. He'll take damage here, and then a tick again. But again, he's still going to have resistance to 20% of, or 20 of the acid damage before it even goes through. And he's still cutting it in half besides that. So 15d6 divided by 2. I didn't do that. That was all him. And that's even after he failed the damn check. So he literally is taking half damage. And I know it sounds like I'm bitching, and I definitely am, because this shit's straight up hard. But it's one of those where this is clearly a end game fight. If you can beat it before getting your team to 20, hey, kudos to you. Feel free to share that technique with us. But we ain't doing it. And again, we pulled out quite a few stops here. We didn't go balls to the wall crazy, but we had a competent team. Jubilos was doing work until he wasn't. And again, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Ekin was terrible, and it was because he was one of the first to fail at that damn confusion effect that this bastard has a tendency to do. And again, if I could think of a way or find a way to protect him from that effect, I'll happily do so. Just as a quick what if, to show you one other thing I did think about the other day. Let me show you to you. It's a piece of gear that we have access to. And I think I put it on Ekin, so it's kind of pissing me off that it's not working. Oh, I didn't. Okay, so this is something I did yesterday, and I forgot to do it here today. So here's Force Knight's bracers. Okay, see this? If they are literally under the effect of confusion or frightened effect, which this monster is capable of clearly doing, these will kick in, and instead of being confused or frightened, they will literally start laughing as if they're under the effect of hideous laughter. Now, that doesn't do me any good as far as keeping this character alive, because hideous laughter is still going to screw us over. He'll just ha 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 and fall on the ground and be a helpless target. But he will not be shooting my people. So there is that, and that is a possibility that that will help. I mean, I can't imagine it's going to be amazing.
Right
I
here,
do
my
want to get
friend.
my pets out. And again, I don't mind doing skeletons like crazy.
I will see this through.
Let's try the other ones over here, because there's multiples. So, and we'll leave some squirrels just to be a complete nerd tool.
What's new?
Their life ends here.
Let's give it another college try. Here we go. Dora, clearly you're not attacking him because it ain't doing you a goddamn bit of good. I can knock them down, by the way, with Sirocco. It doesn't do any damage to them. Maybe the dragon, but it didn't do shit to spawn. And it got in our way for doing damage. But I'll show it to you just again for shits and giggles. Here's our... Well, actually, let me actually move first. There we go. Put it as far in the back as possible so it's not in our way. See that? So they're still on the circle. Maybe a little more like that. Than was able to hurt him, didn't hurt him. Because again, he cut the damage in half, and then the damage that did go through, he has 20 protection from. So again, I would have to literally have the damage be greater than 40, because it gets cut in half, and then the 21 or better gets reduced by another 20. So again, I would do 1 point of damage or better if it was 21. So, not amazing, right? Here's Ekin. Again, Dragon, he ain't shooting it. It's not going to happen. This time I did get sneak attack on him for Sense Vitals. Just on the off chance that we could try to get some sneak attack love in. And again, we did not, but it's okay. Still did solid work on the guy. And again, if I can keep him from freaking going crazy on me, same with Jubilots. These two actually do work on this son of a bitch. It's just the chances that you're going to keep them on the payroll. After the first combat round, it's pretty much all over. I'm going to have her try to distract him.
Strike as one.
Those are electric attacks. You're killing my damn squirrels. Bastards. Jujubee, come over here. Let's try force bombs just to see if something else happens with this. He's reducing the damage. So the holy bombs are actually better damage. So he's reducing all those attacks by 20. Son of a bitch. So, back to the holy bombs, buddy. Tristan's turn. And again, he doesn't have much that he's capable of doing, but we do have that spell. Let's try Incendiary Cloud, though, for something, again, different. Again, damaging the dragon. Nothing wrong with that. Skeletal champions get over there and keep the dragon in position. So he's in the effects still. That's the goal. Cross your fingers. Oh, there was some cold damage I forgot to protect against. Son of a bee. Alright, Oakbow. Get some flanking up here for him. And again, Oakbow is hitting. It's rare. But when he's flat-footed, we actually do work on that son of a bitch. That's not bad. Proto's turn. Alright. Again, this is another example of I could put down, say, a wall of fire. Right? And again, barely missing a life here just by pure dumb luck. And it doesn't look like it even hit the damn dragon. Although it really looks like it's running right through his ass. At least we overcome the spell resistance of it. And again, she's got a pretty good spell resistance check, or spell penetration check. She's got a 32. And again, I'm sure part of that's because of her elf heritage. Remember, she gets a +2 just from that. She has a high intelligence, so she gets a bonus there. And I think it has to do with the level of the spell as well. I'm trying to remember how spell pen is actually calculated. But again, she did a solid job there. Let's actually use her cantrip. Just because, yeah, -2 to strength. I'll take that every combat round if I can. That's not bad. Yeah, there we go. Get up here and help us out. Dragon's nice and all, but I really need some of you guys to come over here and help wail on that. And again, I'm damn near dead. Over here.
This will hurt.
Okay. Ekin, at least he's still on the payroll. One saving grace for Ekin is he has that clustered shots. So remember, the very first shot that hits gets reduced, as you see. Then any other damage from that point on is full damage. That's one of the saving graces he has for being on the team. Eliza's turn.
Do not hold back.
Straight up whiff. Not surprising, she can barely hit the damn thing on that point. The dragon, of course, is immune to electric, so we're basically just shredding our own people. And Jubilost went to the dark side. So again, really not helping a lot. We have heal. Heal, please. Thank you. Get a lot of there, Tristan. Holy hell. Oh, I'm about to say he did 80 damage to him? No, he apparently got turned to the dark side and attacked our own pets. Okay, Proto Lich's turn. And again, this is where we could have some fun. Let's do Acidic Spray. You know what? What else do you have available to you? Let's do the Hellfire Ray. Here we go. And again, take a look at that spell. Fire damage being reduced, 28 dropping down to 8. The other part though, the Unholy, still getting cut in half, but I think it's not him that's cutting it in half. I think he's taking all that damage. It did sneak attack, and I don't see any sneak attack in here. I'm assuming maybe it's getting calculated in, maybe that's part of it. But it's saying it's doing sneak attack, and I don't see the -2 to his strength kicking off every time he does sneak attack, so obviously it's not working as intended. But again, if we do this, again, sneak attack, but it didn't take a -2 to his strength, so again, it's not stacking on itself, which is a shame. Because for Knock Knock, he'd be -2, -2, -2 for strength left and right, to the point where you can actually kill the damn target from taking their strength down to a 0 or lower. Here come the spawns. And I just want to see what the spawn is capable of if I literally turn my attention to it. If I can say, heckin'.
Nowhere to run.
It took his entire combat round to drop one of those things. Eliza.
We shall overcome.
She walked into the fire. Awesome. And wasn't able to hit even the parasites once. Oh, she got him one time. There we go. Ooh, good job. And again, how much health that bastard has. Jesus. Awesome. The dragon's bleeding. So some good news for us is the dragon's dying. Wow, he's dying. Holy shit. We might be able to capitalize on that with a spell called Sunbeam. Barely damaged him. Oh man, just like barely damaged him. Oh, that's not good. Someone got their face ate off. Oh, it's Proto. No, Proto, don't die. Look at that thing. Thank you. Managed to drop the dragon. And man, that was kind of crap. Let's do a little acid cantrip on this guy. Sneak attack. Loser. We're going to spawn the rope. We got freaking out again. And more spitters now. Awesome. That's just what we need. More enemies on the battlefield. Dora, kill this thing behind you. Wow. Managed to hit it once and once only, huh? Good work, man. Oh, no wonder they got concealment 50%. Of course they do. And 33 armor, because why the hell not? Good job, team. I can kill that thing. Liza.
Attack!
Now these guys are going to spam their hold monsters and do nothing with it because these things don't get held. Jubilos is back on the payroll. Hey!
Relatives.
Again, finally managed to damage the guy and make it stick. He'll regenerate next round. Tristan. Fairy Fire. failed to overcome it. Of course he did. The one time I needed you to roll good, man.
You forced my hand.
That strip sucks. Proto's turn. Let's do a... I see prism on that doofus. Failed his reflex save, so it should work on him. Let's see if they can actually take cold damage. Oh, well, there went Jubilost. Oh, there went Tristan. So again, yeah, we're not doing this easily, guys, is my point. I think I've proven clearly that this fight is basically a little honky. You literally have to go crazy on this shit. Now again, I could tell the dragon, or not tell him about the goddamn rings. For all I know, you can fight him after. Matter of fact, let's actually prove that to ourselves. Because the dragon came here with us because we confronted him first. Then turned him to the dark side, which was clearly let's not do that move. So here we are back at our original saving point, remember? I did a hard save on purpose. Go right back to that spot. We'll talk to him about Rovagug. He'll send us to Rovagug, and I don't think he'll be there. That might be beneficial. Literally, if everyone's dogpiling on the rabbit in one shot only, in a couple of combat rounds, we might be able to do enough damage to this son of a bitch to at least make it work. But with the dragon in our way, the path open, yay! Indeed, the shell is cracked, the monster is now vulnerable to the vengeful sword. Somewhere in the dungeon, a shroud is open, leading to the very center of the egg. Go there, find it, and put an end to the ancient nightmare. Yay, have to go. Okay. Let's actually talk to him about supplies, just to prove to ourselves that, again, he did not get good supplies. Yeah, he ain't got shit, dragon. Fuck you, dragon. And again, we could rest up. I'm not going to. We could rest up. And again, this is more just for gits and shiggles than anything else here, guys, just to prove to us that it's a bad idea to even do this, even without the dragon there. We'll try. Like I said, we'll give it the college try. We'll literally buff up, have all the same buffs on us, go in, kick his ass. Without the dragon there, it may make a difference. I can't even imagine why you would want to have the dragon there. So, we've gotten here, let's see, was it this spot? Was where the portal was at. And again, it'll be the same thing. We teleport in, we'll be down there, instead of the dragon porting his happy ass there, and then the game automatically porting us, assuming we want to fight him. I don't know why the game would assume that. I think they should have given you the option to rest at the very least. So, here we go. And I believe, again, I don't know this because I've never beaten this fight, I believe that if we kick this dude's ass, we go back up to tell the dragon, hey, we kicked his ass, and oh, by the way, we found these rings, and then you fight the dragon. If that's true, that's cool, because, again, two separate fights, and the dragon apparently is a pushover compared to that doofus that we're going to fight. So, not surprising that you're going to be real happy with separating the two out into two separate fights.
All this waiting bores me.
Okay. Save on that.
I am never wrong.
Yeah, buff up. I honestly don't think that the extra buffs, the crazy stuff we did for bark skin and all that stuff that we had Jubilost put on everybody, I don't think that really did us a ton of help. Having said that, I will do things like haste. Maybe that'll give us an extra chance to hit him. Oh, damn it. I forgot to shut off our stupid Rider Fears. But we'll try it. This one doesn't last very long, so we're going to hold off on that.
Depend on me.
You can have your bark skin. Okay.
Once a girl told me my eyes light up the world.
Bow's better.
Said that the blessing of Seraphim will light up her soul.
Where's your pet at?
Share your troubles.
Okay, Tristan. No fear for the team. Rest for the team. Shield of Faith for the back three.
Together we stand.
Remember, she has divine power. That's something that I could have been buffing up as well. And weapon of all. Matter of fact, let's do that. I want to give her this.
My skills are getting rusty.
Right here, my friend.
And this time I actually gave Death Ward to the pet.
You require my assistance?
Inimosi travisi. Manishrim sukino. Ona adayana. Inimosi travisi. Manishrim sukino. Ona adayana. Inimosi travisi. Manishrim sukino. Aborane sentes. Aborane sentes. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Alright, how are we doing here?
Amen.
Good. Get another one of those free movements back for... Alright, let's put some skeletons out on the battlefield.
Move already.
And she can actually double up on skeletons because she has two different versions.
I will not falter.
She will buff out the... Let's try Bogeyman this time. Remember, we need to protect ourselves from stuff, so let's actually do every last goddamn buff. Yeah, spell resistance. Spell resistance. For everybody. Do it like you mean it.
And listen.
Quiet.
Bolas has two more. Hey, we get one of those.
Lisano Danium. Magritium Turinos. Inimosi travisi. Inimosi travisi.
Alright. That's all I can stand because I can't stand no more. The one thing that I will slap out at the last second here, though, will be the one round per caster level buffs.
Losing my temper.
Try that spell, why not? Here we go.
I'm there.
Come on, Ugly. We got places to be here. You weird looking space cockroach. Kick your ass. Tired of looking at you. Alright, quick save again. Just make sure that we can come back to this spot if we need to further buff up for some silly ass reason.
Let's finish them quick.
Yep, apparently you don't have to get too terribly close to him to enrage the bastard. Let's spread out a little bit so that his attacks aren't going to be centered on any one group of dudes. It's not bad. Eliza, come all the way over here, kiddo.
Strike
Hit me in the
as
butt.
one.
Phantasmal Killer. Deepest Fear will save. See that going off? They're trying Phantasmal Killer on it. Of course, he's immune to it. Not surprising. Oakbow, come over here. Nice try. Just by the way, let's take a look at that attack. He's not getting flanked, which means Eliza apparently didn't flank him properly. So my turn. So run right up here and smack him in the snoot. Big hog and nothing. Needed a 10 or better. Jubilost. Okay, bomb boy.
A clever
Fuck him up.
boy.
There's a sneak attack. Nice job. Just pretty. And again, that was about conservatively a fifth of his health. And now comes the madness. And why the hell is Protolich way the hell back here? Why are you stopped? Fucking move or something. You dork. What the hell's going on? Did I get caught up on something? Alright, well, whatever. Tristan. Let's give him something to hate. Different kind of undead.
Cannot hide from me.
Come on, I can... A whole lot of nothing. Damn, man. Got one hit. Apparently she's confused because she's just attacking without me telling her to do anything. The closest target was her choice. Remember, when you're confused, you have a variety of things can happen. You can stand there and do nothing. You can smack yourself in the face. You can attack your nearest enemy or your nearest friend. So this was the point. She was attacking the nearest enemy. So that was at least to our benefit. So next turn she should probably still continue to do the same, hopefully. I hope I was able to hurt it at least. Dora's turn. Can you do anything, Dora? Anything at all? Oh, apparently I'm raging. Son of a bitch.
You should have run!
Oh. Well, I'll need to hit it at least. Jubilost is still alive.
Primitives.
Damn, Juby. You make me proud that you're on the team, bro. Make everybody die. Wow, that was a dex penalty I saw. Poisoning us, which shouldn't be able to happen. Oh, maybe it's the bogeyman they're attacking. That's fair. Ow! Okay, what the fuck is your actual malfunction over here, kid? Why are you not moving? What is going on? Spell resistance. There's no paralysis. Oh, fuck. Glitch. That just makes it so much better. I just love it when there's a glitch waiting for us. Okay, Ekin, we need to kill some of these corpus parasites. At least you can shoot those, right? And again, hit every damn time, still wasn't able to down one. Just gotta hate these enemies. Dora's turn.
Strike!
Whole lot of nothing.
Will they ever
Juby,
learn?
carry the team. And again, we got him down to half. You gotta be respectful for the fact that we managed to take him down to half. Here's what the little pear shapes. Yep, there's a dead person. There's a dead person, and it's the person that was doing all our damage. Yay, team. And again, we need to take a look at that attack just to see what he just did to us. Unholy damage. He was vulnerable to it, no less. And did it to like a shit ton of dudes in a big hogging circle. Oak Bow took 36 of it. So, unless we have something that can protect us from unholy damage, I don't know we do. He just hit us with something nasty. What was that thing called? Centipede Venom, Eliza, Spawn Rogue deals 81 damage. Doesn't even say, just says it's unholy damage. So basically just has unholy bombs that he gets to throw on the fucking team. Just screwing us completely. And of course she's still hung up. So, you know, fuck that interaction. Because fuck that. I'm not wasting my time on a teammate that's just sitting back there doing nothing. I don't know why she was hung up on something. Maybe that was a rock. It's just like a random thing. So, again, it doesn't appear to be that she's moving though. So she really is trapped there.
Waiting bores me.
And we just lost pets. So, yep, that's not happening. Okay, so again, like I've been saying here for the past hour and 41 minutes, this is not a fight you can beat easily anyway with level 16 and 17 dudes. It's just not going to be a thing. We don't have the strength in numbers. We don't have the attack bonus that we need to hit him reliably unless it's a race spell or a bomb. We don't have a way to protect those guys that do the race spells and bombs to make sure they can do their job. We haven't kitted out our spell book to include nothing but race spells so that they can literally be like amaze balls at doing race spell damage, which of course we would want to do. And while I would love to hit him with the Scorching Rays, again, he's resisting the rays evenly. I would honestly swap these out like so and do snowballs that are intensified. Why? It's one hit, but it's 10d6 of damage. And that is a potential then for 10d6 to be turned into greater than 20 on a hit, especially if you can sneak attack reliably with that. So that would be extra damage. Again, she wouldn't be at the same level as, say, Jubilos with his bombs, but I mean, there's very few people that are at his level. I suppose I could try things like Ray of Enfeeblement to lower his strength, but he's not really smacking us in the face. He's casting spells and AoE effects that are just straight up screwing us over. You know, I'd load up with more spells that I know would do damage. Maybe even have a few extra pets waiting for me so that I can literally slap down a pet every now and again to confuse them. But then again, we fall into that same caveat then of if he turns the pets against us, we got a whole slew of bad guys beating on our faces and there ain't shit we can do about it. And that's not cool. So there's just nothing we can really do with the team that we have right now. So with that, my name is Brother Min. Do not like or subscribe because of this terrible video. Again, I'm just going to get us back to where we were. So we're going to delete all these ones here. Where's my save? This run right down there specifically named. I just want to make sure that we are not saving these ones where we've pre-buffed up because, again, we're not going here. So what we're going to do is head back to base. I don't need to tell... Actually, I can talk to the dragon. I have yet to decide, though, if we want to have the dragon fight still. Ooh, whoa, whoa, no, 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 not that one. I've yet to decide if we want to talk to the dragon and bring the dragon down with us so we can kill them both at the same time as a proper challenge, or if we want to literally just attack. So I'm not going to even turn in the quest, letting them know that we beat the captor and the captive. There's no time limit on that as far as I know, so there's no reason to believe that we can just bounce out of here and head back home. So, quick save, of course. But yeah, that's a gnarly ass fight. And again, we have buffs. We don't have every buff under the sun. We have a solid list of buffs though. And I don't know, other than, honestly, what I'd probably do is I'd redo Jubilos spellbook to be nothing but teammate buffs for him and the team, to make sure that we're as epic as we can be for attacks, for death wards, for freedom of movements, and just have every other buff that imaginable given to us thanks to Jubilos. We'll have another teammate or two that does the same thing, like Eliza, for instance, with her spells and me with mine. Between the three of us and maybe a cleric or two, we could have a lot of buffs on the team where we are reasonably protected. And having said that, reasonably protected isn't good enough, sadly, to just tank him effectively. You literally have to just burn the shit out of him down within the first few combat rounds, in my mind. That's the only way you're going to survive that fight and kill him. And that's just him. Jubilos was doing good work, but you saw he went from damn near full health, if not full health, to death, like almost instantly. It was
Battles
literally
await.
just that fast, and there's just not a whole lot we can do about it. Alright, let's have something that we can kill for a change. Right, Dora.
This spell works differently.
Wow, really? Showing off and you get a nat 1 on me, huh? You gonna do me like that in front of my freaking viewers? What the hell, Dora? Alright, screw you, elemental thingy. Oh, hell. She already cast her spell for the round by summoning her skeletons and starting the fight. Fine. Be nice to be able to kill something proper again. Jubilost.
Clever ploy.
Nice work, man. Tristan. No. You think he's got bones? Apparently they do. Tristan. Egandayo, kill this thing for
Glad
me.
you dead.
And again, if I could think of a way to buff Tristan or Egandayo up better, where like literally I could get like transformation on him, where he's fighting at like maximum buffage, which I don't even think he needs that, because I think as a ranger, don't they have the same bad progression as a fighter? So basically, if I just get him to level 20 and go back in there, he'll be swinging with a much better swing, and I can shut off things like deadly aim or rapid shot if I think that'll help. I don't know that that's necessary, but I'd try it. I can make sure he has the best dex gear possible so that his swing is even better. He already has, if not the best bow, the second best bow in the game. So, you know, again, I could tweak out his build a little bit more as far as gear and spells and such, with support from other teammates, to make sure that he's swinging with his best possible foot forward, so to speak. But again, with the kind of armor that damn thing has, it's really unlikely that he's hitting with any great impact. We dispelled that true sight on him by pure dumb luck with her sneak attack damage in that first time. So if we manage to get lucky again to do the same thing with her, slash maybe I could bring Knock Knock, I suppose, and just melee the shit out of him for sneak attack damage. That might be okay, because we could dispel enough buffs on the son of a bitch that now everyone's invisible, because it doesn't have true sight. That might work, but that's a maybe. But anyway, with that, this video's gone on long enough. I'm going to cut it into 2 separate parts, but by and large, the point is we're not ready yet to beat the spawn of Romica. But with that, my name's Brother Mutant. Please don't like or subscribe because of this video, but do watch the next one to see where we go from here. With that, I'll see you soon. Bye now.